So Bybit, the world's second largest cryptocurrency exchange by trading volume, just got hacked for $1.4 billion. At least that's what the internet is claiming, but that's not the full story. In fact, I would argue that Bybit wasn't actually hacked. So let's get right into what happened, how it happened, and what this means if you have funds on Bybit or any other exchange for that matter. So here's what we know so far. Every 2 to 3 weeks, Bybit moves crypto from their cold wallet to their hot wallet, depending on how much they need for daily operations like withdrawals.
We were doing a regular cold wallet transfer to our warm wallet. So we typically do this type of transfer every 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, depends on what is the balance that we have in our hot wallet.
Now, to do this, they use a platform called Safe. It's a popular tool that requires multiple people to approve transactions. You could think of it like a group sign-off for added security. In this case, 3 signatures were required, and the final one came from Bybit's CEO, Ben Zhao. So when all this took place, Bybit was actually transferring 30,000 ETH, or about $80 million, to their hot wallet. Ben says he got the transfer link from his team, checked the URL and destination address on the Safe interface, and claims everything looked fine.
I checked on that. I clicked on the link and checked, and then I checked on the UI the destination address to make sure that it is our warm wallet, and we have a procedure to make sure that it is what we saw. So all of that checked out, and the initial transfer that we made was around, I believe, 30,000 ETH.
So he approved the transaction using his cold wallet, but this is where everything went wrong and where the truth about what really happened is revealed. When it was all said and done, the hacker got away with stealing more than 401,000 ETH, pushing Bybit's total loss past $1.4 billion. The only good news is that this incident was isolated to their Ethereum cold wallet, so it didn't affect any other coins. Now, if you're wondering about withdrawals, you can still withdraw your crypto from Bybit. However, once news got out about this hack, everyone went into panic mode, and withdrawal requests surged 100 times higher than normal. On top of that, Bybit's system is still running standard security checks on every transaction, causing a massive backlog. So right now, ETH withdrawals are taking several hours to process. So if you are waiting on a withdrawal, it's definitely going to take a while, so you just have to be patient. And if you're trying to reach Bybit's customer support, you're also going to be waiting a while because they have hundreds of people in queue waiting to get help. Now, the big question is, are your funds safe? Well, according to Ben, all the assets on Bybit are backed 1-to-1, so even if everyone rushed over to Bybit right now, tried to withdraw their crypto, you would be able to because they have more than $20 billion in their treasury. I'm not sure if this is true, but I'm sure time will tell. But what really happened? How was this hacker able to steal more than $1 billion worth of crypto from the world's second largest cryptocurrency exchange? Although not confirmed, it looks like the hacker was able to manipulate the user interface that everyone signed. So even though Ben apparently checked the URL and the destination address, what everyone saw wasn't the real Safe multi-sig website. So basically the hacker spoofed the Safe website to make it look like the real website and then replaced the transaction approval with their malicious transaction approval. And this is something that I talk about all the time on this channel. And this is one of the main reasons you don't want to connect your cold wallet to a website and start signing transactions, because if you don't pay attention, you can end up signing a malicious contract approval like this one. But here's the crazy part. This whole mess could have been avoided with a little bit of due diligence. According to Ben, straight from his mouth, he was the last signer on the multi-sig.
I saw the transaction, I'm the last signer, so I clicked on sign.
Now, to sign this transaction, he used a Ledger cold wallet. The cool thing about Ledger cold wallets is that no matter what your computer says, you can always verify the true transaction details on the physical Ledger device.
I use a Ledger as a hardware device for the last signing part.
But here's where he messed up. He straight up admitted that he didn't double check the address on his Ledger wallet. If he did, this whole thing could have been avoided.
One of the issues with at least from my experience with the Ethereum related cold wallet transfer, is that it doesn't exactly shows the destination. It shows a lot of code. So it's not, so I checked the code, but I didn't check fully.
And now I'm already seeing people on Twitter trying to blame Ledger for this, which makes no sense. This is pure negligence from Bybit's CEO. Checking transaction details is literally crypto security 101. And the fact that Bybit relies on Ledger to secure their entire exchange says a lot, but it doesn't matter how secure your wallet is if you don't know how to use it effectively, or if you're just plain lazy and don't use it at all. Kind of like Ben did. So what happens now? Well, Bybit is pretty much in damage control mode. They're working with the Safe team to try to figure out exactly what happened, whether it was the Safe server that got hacked, or maybe the signers had malicious malware on their devices. They're still trying to figure it out. I was curious though, so I hopped on Safe's website and noticed their services are temporarily paused while they try to sort this out. Bybit is also working with legal representatives and pleased to track the stolen funds on the blockchain. And if that stolen ETH hits a centralized exchange, it's going to be a lot easier to track down this hacker. As I was recording this video, I just got news who's behind this hack. It's a well-known North Korean hacker group called Lazarus Group. Now, I'm not sure what authorities can do with this information, if anything, so we're just going to have to wait and see how this story progresses. Now, as far as handling the cash flow hit, all of the stolen Ethereum, Bybit secured a bridge loan from their partners. A lot of users were wondering if Bybit is buying back all the ETH that was stolen. They're not. They're borrowing ETH to cover their loss. Because even though their exchange is backed 101, they're specifically short on Ethereum because, well, they just lost 400,000 ETH. So rather than liquidating other assets from their treasury to buy ETH, which could potentially affect the prices of those coins that they would liquidate, they decided to borrow the ETH. That way they can stay true to their 101 backing without affecting their portfolio and the entire crypto market. It's more of a strategic move than anything, meant to keep their reserve balance while dealing with this whole ETH issue separately. The good news is though, if you're trying to withdraw like Bitcoin, USDT, or any other coins besides Ethereum, then you can do that without any issues. But this whole ordeal just proves why keeping your crypto on an exchange is a terrible idea. I say it all the time. A lot of you still don't believe me when I say, hey, you need to get your crypto off an exchange and into a cold wallet. But even a secure cold wallet is not enough. You have to know how to use it effectively. So if you've got crypto sitting on Bybit or any other exchange for that matter, you should probably get it into a cold wallet ASAP. If you don't have a cold wallet, or maybe you need a new one, I'll drop a link to my 2 favorite cold wallets in the description along with my hands-on reviews for each one. And Ben, if you're watching this video, hit me up and I'll show you how to double check a transaction before handing over $1 billion. That said, we can all learn something from this $1 billion mistake, and I cover 7 more common crypto security mistakes in this next video. Check it out. God bless and peace out.